Hi, welcome to part one of my flea market and garage sale finds for Sunday, August 31st, 2025. Part one of I don't know how many parts, we'll see. So I got up early, actually not as early as I wanted, because for a long story short, I couldn't wake up with my I had to sleep somewhere else in the house because my white noise, I was unable to use it. By the time I realized it the night before, it was too late to fix everything. So okay, the story's already too long. Let's just say I got up almost 1 hour late, so I didn't even eat my whole breakfast. I rushed to the flea market and I got there around, I can't read myself. There we go. I forgot to flip it. 6:35 a.m. I actually left over 5 hours later at 11:40. It was a crazy day. See, 6:35, made a few purchases. My good luck struck me when I got lucky around 10, and I left at 11:40. We'll see when we get there. Let's do this in chronological order. So the first thing I bought, a guy had a cheap Lloyd stereo with a 8 record player and 8-track recorder and some 8-track tapes. So of course I pulled out all the cool ones, and I got them for $5 for all 5. So the early Beatles, Help. Here we have Paul McCartney's Ram, Rolling Stones Big Hits, and Rolling Stones Through the Past Darkly Big Hits Volume 2. So $1 each. Cool. I don't collect, that was an impulse purchase because they're cool. Okay, then second purchase. I have so much to show, I have to stop talking for nothing. Not sure yet. I didn't have time to go on Discogs, but I don't think it's worth that much. I got this for $5. The only good record in the box. Deep Purple, the Royal Philharmonic Orchestra, conducted by Malcolm Arnold, and it's in fine shape. So I got this for $5. The thrill of being the first one to pick. Oops, I don't want to skip the order. After the Deep Purple $5 record, I found this, and I thought it was a cool purchase because I saw it as an upgrade to mine. I bought like over 30 years ago, 25 years ago. And because the stickers, the images are there, but I made 2 stupid mistakes. First of all, there you go, it's missing the stop sign. Second of all, the back one is torn. But I was impressed that the original plastic string was still on it, and that the guy asked for $5 for it, so I just threw him the $5 and put it in the bag. That's it. So I'm not sure if it's an upgrade or not. I wish I could. It was possible to remove parts of from one to another. Then yeah, but the missing sticker in the back. It's hard to find them in great shape. So after this, $5 purchase. This the next item was 10. I negotiated down to 7. There we go. Honk. I love Canada Geese. So this is made of ceramic. I think he told me it was. So much more detailed than the plastic one I bought not so long ago. Going back to that story, if you saw the video where I got a plastic one, a decoy for hunters, I should have bought a whole lot and put them on my lawn and try to attract them. Sometimes they fly over the house, and that would have been cool. But yeah, so $7 for that. I couldn't resist. After I got this for $7. Well, no pictures for that. It's something I resisted buying. I'm so proud of myself, like an alcoholic who manages to not fall back into the of the wagon again. I saw a 50-year-old, never used, foldable lawn chair with wheels, aluminum frame, and a cushion that goes on the springs, and with brown tones and flower patterns on the cushions, like from mid 70s typical and it was 25 bucks. I said, where am I going to put this? And I ripped myself away from the table. God, it was painful. I was proud of myself, and I said, well, I'll have to think about it. And when I do my second run on my next run, let's hope it's sold already. Well, when before I got to see it again, it turned out that I had time to remember that the one I dream of having is not with a cushion and springs. It's a bunch of nylon straps, like this, and in horizontal in both directions, interlaced nylon straps. So I thought, that's the one my neighbor had when I was a kid. So I almost bought the wrong style of chair anyways. And anyways, it was sold when I didn't ask how much they sold it for, because I was just glad I didn't buy it. So that was hard, and I'm glad I don't have to shove that in the shed. Next purchase, like I said, I gotta move on. Already 6 minutes. Yep, I got a sealed record. The guy had 4 or 5 sealed records that were $15 each. I negotiated this one. That's the only one I kind of wanted. The others I didn't want, or I had already in good shape. The Brothers Johnson, Light Up the Night. I'm 68, 70% sure I don't have it. Maybe even 75% sure I don't have it at all. I do know I think I have at least one Brothers Johnson record, but I'm 80% sure I don't have this one. Yeah, I'm at this point. I have a hard. So this featuring Incluant Stomp with the promo sticker, never opened. So I played the whole thing on YouTube yesterday. I didn't want to open this one. I love it, very good, but it's not a rare record. So I paid $10 for it because it's sealed. Just hope it didn't lay under the sun or and warped. Yeah, that's a risk, because it's an outdoor flea market, but you never know. After I got this $10 record, what happened? One lady had 2, 3, 4 CDs on her table with other things, barely any CDs at all, and I got one. Some guys had boxes and boxes of CDs. I can't find a single one I want. She had like 3, I don't remember exactly. I think she had 2, 3, 4 CDs. And I found Les Miserables, not not what you think. It's a 60s yé band from rock garage band, more than you am I saying. That's more garage, French Canadian garage band. And Disque Mérite, who bought all the tapes of most of the Quebec music of the 60s, released this CD in 2001. It's all everything they ever recorded, 23 tracks, all on this CD. Got it for $2. I don't have their album. I have a few of their 45s, but I don't have their album. It's impossible to find. Very expensive too. But I'm glad I could get the CD. I played the whole thing in the car yesterday, actually. Well, yesterday being, since we're then recording this the next day, today we're Monday, Labor Day, September 1st. But let's move on. Okay, we're still doing Sunday the 31st of August. After the CD, what happened? See the little paper there. Oh yeah, I don't remember where I bought this. That's annoying. I wish I remembered the seller. I could describe the situation. I don't remember. I remember vaguely there weren't many records, and this is the only record I found interesting. The Mighty Clouds of Joy Kicking. Pretty cool, and it's on, what label is it again? ABC Records. And so Atlanta Symphony Strings, Horn, look like, the titles, Mighty High, Leaning, Are So Beautiful, I Got the Music in Me, Touch My Soul. So I thought, that looks good. So I think they wanted 4, negotiated down to 3. Is that what I wrote here? Yeah, I got it down to 3, and actually it's not bad. I like it. There's a few clicks, pops and clicks here and there, nothing serious. So yeah, I'm glad I got that one. And then if you remember from a few months ago, I got a publicity car plate, license plate, but not a license plate, but a publicity plate for cars of Le Roi de la Radio. The guy had the whole inventory of these plates, metal or plastic ones, and I went through them and I changed my mind about this one that was there since day one. The Giant Parkway Motors Montreal Limited. Since he didn't have many left, I tried to get it for $4. He said no, $5. It's a good one. It's metal. It was 10, but I can let you have it for 5. I said, you remember I bought one for 5? Oh, that was plastic. Oh, okay. He charged more for the metal ones than the plastic ones. I didn't know that, you see. So to get this one again for 5. And why did I want this one? Well, because it brings me some memories of my dad, who got his driver's license in '74. But he saved up to buy his first car, and he bought it only in '77. So in his summer vacation of '75 and '76, for our summer vacation of driving around and stuff, he rented a car there. So I remember I went along, and I remember they gave those publicity stickers that said "We try harder," and I stuck mine on the first side of a Mickey Mouse and Friends album with songs like Chip and Dale and Donald Duck. Anyway, so all of this, just seeing this name brings me all these memories back of when I was 7 years old. So $5. And after this $5 license plate, let's see the time. Okay, not bad. Parkway. Sorry about that. Can't read myself. I think that's it. No, I can't. I'm lost. Oh, it's backwards. Oh, darn, sorry about that. Parkway, then. For a box of, or a stack of 45s, sleeveless, still felt like looking through them, and some good titles, but beat up, like, and I took a chance with these four, which I'll show in a few seconds. I wanted to pay 50 cents each. I offered 2, and they didn't want, so I had to raise to $3. Because in that shape, so that's what did I get. This one unfortunately has some scratches and pops, but I had to get this one, the 5 stair steps, Dear Prudence, Lennon-McCartney. I like to get the Lennon-McCartney covers. The other side is Oh Child. This one plays well. Major Lance, Please Don't Say No More. And this side is called Rhythm. That's a good side. And I saw C. Mayfield. I said, well, I'm getting this. And then I saw produced by Carl Davis and Curtis Mayfield, so it can't be bad. And then I got this one, which I know I have the LP for. Why Can't We Live Together, Timmy Thomas. And it actually plays pretty good, despite it was without a sleeve. It's the B side I was curious about, Funky Me, because I didn't remember if it was on the LP or not. And it turns out it is on the LP. But, you know, I took a chance and have it on 45. This one is a little bit scratched up, but I like the title. Psychedelic Shack by the Temptations. Produced by Norman Whitfield. Same guy who produced War with Edwin Starr. So, and That's the Way Love Is. A few bad scratches though, but listenable, so $3 for those 4. No big deal there. After those 4 45s, oh yeah, I got a cool book. Where is it? Wanted 8, now offered 7. And he said yes. Big thick book with the dust cover. Laurel and Hardy, text by John McCabe, compiled by Al Kilgore, filmography by Richard W. Band. If you will love it, a nice book. And it's a whole, from what I understand by flipping through it, it's their shorts, illustrated shorts, Laurel and Hardy. If I flip from backwards, because it's easier. God, the photos are so cool. Can't wait to, oh my goodness. Gorilla. So I think they describe every single short they made, every single film. How many freaking pages does this thing have? About 400 pages. I got this for $7, so yeah, cool. I love this. Yeah. stuff like that. I can't leave stuff like that behind. I don't care if I have room or not. I'll make room. I don't know how. I'll sell the fridge. I don't. I'll sleep on the roof, on the ceiling. I don't know. I can't leave stuff like that behind. After this book, and oddly enough, that guy sells comic books, but that day he didn't have any for me. But I always bring good rare stuff. After that, I got a guy who had a nice man, but his records are a little bit pricey, but he had some records at $5 each, 3 for $10. I saw this one. I said, oh, the 45 or a 12-inch are quite easy to find, but I've never seen the album of Paul Amor with Valparaiso on it. Big hit. And I was hoping to find something else in the box, but nothing worthy. So I said, it's too bad. There's only one I want, but I don't want to pay. I couldn't find 2 more records. And then he said, well, make me an offer. So $350. That's about how much. He said yes. Oh, thank you. I was so joyful. Like, gave me the deal with just 1 record instead of having to find 3 of them. So I left with this one for $3.50. Some sellers are really nice. They just want to. You see, you enjoy the records, and the day I will sell, oh my God, the stuff has to roll, and I'll be almost giving stuff away, but we'll see when we get there. That's not for tomorrow. Not because I don't want to sell some stuff or doubles, duplicates, and stuff, but I have to get my collection organized first. I'm 15 years late. Too busy buying more stuff. Yeah, it's a disease. After Valparaiso, okay, now the Lucky Spree, the Lucky Spree. I usually, the flea market has some aisles, and the building is there. I always start here, and then whoop, and then whoop, because stuff keeps appearing. New sellers arrive, and then there's this one last lane where there's a few tables there, a whole bunch of empty spots where people park their cars, and then more stuff, usually a lot of brand new made in China garbage and shit, and you have a building there. So I rarely do this aisle, but I do it at least once before I leave. So I'm doing my last run. I'm about to do the very last row here. 1 row, I'm gone. I'm ready to leave. It's 10 a.m. I turned the corner. I left the aisle. I finished the aisle at 11:40. So I turned the corner. There's this guy who started dropping stuff or placing stuff on the ground, didn't have tables, and there was a basket, a big plastic basket full of vinyl records, and the whole stack leaning against it. And I'm like, nobody around. I checked them, and I asked him how much. He says $2. And then it took me 45 minutes. While I was checking them, he brought a third pile. And finally I ended up taking these 29 records, which I've placed in alphabetical order this time because I wanted to see. I knew I had several records of some singers, and I don't know that well. I've tried some things there, so that would normally come to 58. I made an offer for $40 to start. He didn't say where. I said, well, 45, because I've calculated 45 would come to about $1.55 each. He said okay, and he was so nice. He gave me this bag to put them in. So that was nice of him. So let's go through those records. And there's only 3 I regret buying. I'll put them upside down to remind myself not to include them. Bad Company, not quite my cup of tea, but I was curious to try this one. And I've left behind some records due of which decade they were recorded. And it kept going from rock to bluegrass country to sometimes French stuff, and I think he mixed up 2 or 3 lots together. I'm not sure. Somewhere I've managed to escape from buying a Warp record. It was a Spinners record, and I looked at it and said, I could see there was some heat damage. There's one in there. I'm so lucky. There was one record with important heat damage. Turns out it's one of the 3 records I don't like. So I'm so glad that it's not a good record that I picked up that turned out to be work. So Bad Company, Desolation Angels. Jackson Browne, which I'm not even familiar with, but I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Jackson Browne records. Clean, not a scratch, no distortions. I decided to get them. Jackson Browne, For Every Man. If I recall, that's 1972. No, 1973. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. And then this one, which is almost a continuation of that other album, same style. Late for the Sky, is that the title? Yeah, Late for the Sky, 1974, if I remember. Yeah. Jackson Browne, The Pretender, 1976. This is, I've seen a lot. I might even have it in a stack of empty records. I mean free records, what am I saying? Jackson Browne, Hold Out. But it's so clean. Disco Apocalypse, I like the title there. 1980. Oh, is that would make sense. Disco Apocalypse is he on like a baseball field or a football field there? Anyway, we all know that sad story. And then this one, I almost left it behind because it's 1989. I hate this general. I don't like 70s artists doing 80s records, except for fewer exceptions. But I said, what if you really like him? You'll regret leaving behind your record to save $2. Pick it up. I picked it up. Told myself that. Jackson Browne, World in Motion, 1989. This I'm almost sure I already have. This is a US pressing though, and it's nice thick vinyl and it plays well. Roy Buchanan, That's What I Am Here For. The Birds, Farther Along. Is that Farther Along? Yeah. And I was not happy when I checked it because it has nothing to do with their 60s hits. It's bluegrass country. I'm not a fan too much of that. I've avoided a lot, dodged the bullet on a lot of records in the pile that were clearly country. Like I said, it went back from rock to country to rock to. I was trying to avoid. Like this one, I wasn't sure what it was, but it's one of the better ones in the stack. Cooper Brothers, Pitfalls of the Ballroom. This one, although quite recent in terms of when it came out, too recent for my taste, 1983, I still picked it up. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Allies. Actually, it has potential. Art Garfunkel, Breakaway, which I've heard at least once in my life because I remember in the 1990s transferring some 8-track tapes for a co-worker onto cassette, and he had that 8-track tape, so yeah, there we go. It's actually, the record is in great shape. Andrew Gold, What's Wrong with This Picture, 1977. I just like it. There's a reel-to-reel turntable, stereo, watching TV, a record of himself on the floor. It's actually not bad. From a few spot seconds I've checked there. This is one of the 3 I regret buying. I will get rid of it. On Impex record, really thick vinyl too. Great Speckled Birds country. All the red flags are there, you know. Just look at the picture style. Calgary Truckers Cafe, Rio Grande. All the red flags are there. I should have known, but yeah, it happens. I already have this, but I'm sure this is an upgrade. Bigger Than Both of Us, Hall and Oates. Well, Daryl Hall and John Oates. I collect their records now. I still don't have abandoned. I can't say it. Abandoned Luncheonette, which I've seen a trillion times at the Colisée du Livre in Montreal for maybe $1.99 or $2.99 in the 1990s. Didn't know what it was. To me, All in Oates started with I Can't Go For That. They didn't exist before that. Oh, I was so dumb. I love how we this immortalized the classic box of Brits. I don't like the new box. I don't need this crap anymore. But yeah. Yeah, this I didn't have yet. Unfortunately, it's missing. It's all torn. There's a piece of it somewhere inside. Extra texture, George Harrison. I still had to buy it despite the cover condition, because the record is really clean. No issue with it. This is another one that I don't like, and that's the one with the heat damage on it. Hearts Feel the Wonder of It All. Not quite my cup of tea in terms of style. Not because it's bad, it's just not my style. Elton John, Ice on Fire, very mid 80s, but I collect Elton John records, everything made. And there's Nikita on it. And this I don't remember anymore which Huey Lewis and the News records I have or not have. I'm so confused. I got this one, Sports record, in great shape, but I only once I got, I put them in alphabetical order. I realized there's a folding damage on the cover. This is, yeah, that sucks. But the record is in great shape. Dave Mason Is Alive. It's actually not bad. It's one of my favorite finds of the stack. Has a lot of potential. I like the style, 1973. Johnny Nash, I Can See Clearly Now. I wasn't impressed with the condition of the sleeve. Only today I saw that there was water damage on the cover, and I'm glad I didn't see it. So I didn't like refrain of buying it, because the record itself is in great shape and it sounds good. It has some few reggae songs, and this is probably one of the next ones I'm going to play for true and true. And that's the third and last one for now that I'm not keeping. Graham Parker, can't stand his voice actually. Squeezing Out Sparks. I was curious about song titles like Discovering Japan. Well, that title caught my attention. Waiting for the UFOs. Don't get excited. But no, I can't. I couldn't play the whole thing. I didn't like his voice. Poco, which I'm still not familiar with, although I do have the first edition of this, which has a gatefold cover, but this one was so clean, decided to pick it up, for $2 or less. Poco Delivering. Poco, A Good Feeling to Know. And the very best of Poco, and I should have known. Okay, horses, what is this? And I realized that through this one, spot checking this record, that there's some country stuff in there, and this one is a lot of country, but that comes after they changed labels to ABC Records. Head Over Heels. This beat up copy of well, actually not that beat up. The cover is in bad shape. There's a rip there. There's a rip on the label. December's Children and Everybody's, the Rolling Stones. The problem is the sound is not very good on this thing. It's like, for instance, if you feel like playing Get Up Off My Cloud, you're better off playing the original 45 than this track from the album. It's so, and this is the jackpot of the day. Santana original master recording, and you should have seen my face when I saw this. Oh my god. The shrink wrap was still around it, but half torn, so I just left it in the box. Sorry. And in 2007, US, Half Speed production, mastering by Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. I spot checked a few bits of it, and it's flawless. And it's worth more or less $100 on this card, so that's pretty cool. This record itself is worth more than what the whole stack cost. Stills. Not bad as well. Oh, if I recall, it's this record that has a little heat whoosh at the beginning. Barely, you can barely hear it. I hope I'm not mistaken. I hope it's this record and then another one. But I only have one hand, free hand, so I know one of these records have a little bit of barely any heat damage. And finally, another copy, I know, of 10cc. How dare you? Canadian pressing and in great shape too. I should stop buying all the copies of my favorite albums like that, but it's hard, especially when they're cheap. So like I said, it comes to about, well, $155 per record, but if I take away 3 records, I think it goes up to $173. It's still under $2. So it took me 45 minutes. Every time somebody would hover over me, I was nervous because I was afraid they would start looking at the records I didn't have time to look at. But no, nobody cut me off, and I saw all my records. So I'm not done. And we'll cut to part 2 because this is already 30 minutes long. Thank you for watching so far.